Hey guys, it's Blackie and welcome back to the channel. Okay, in the continuing story of the do-it-yourself haversack kit, I want to show you something I just made up. Now, as I mentioned in a recent video of mine, being able to hang the Grayl from this big loop on it onto the haversack strap and carry it on your haversack is a very handy way to be able to carry your Grayl in the field. You can slide it up and take a drink out with it still being on the strap. But I decided to go and make an actual carrier sleeve for it. Now, this is really simple. Let me talk you through it and you'll see how simple this is. One, I wanted a sleeve that when I slid the Grayl into it, I would have a D-ring up top. That D-ring is what I will put through the strap. It's slightly smaller than the actual strap, so that when the strap is under load, it's squeezing out, it'll hold this ring kind of stiff in place, and it won't want to swing so much because it's bound up on the strap once you put it in place. Second method of carrying it is with that D-ring up there. I can take a U.S. Army issued canteen strap and just clip it onto it like so, and have a carrying strap where I can carry it in the field that way. I also incorporated into it a belt loop, which is part of it, so I can carry it on a belt this way as well. Now this sleeve, I call it a sleeve because the bottom's open, it's not a bucket. You just simply grab it and it'll slide right out. So I could carry it on my belt this way, but at the same time it's snug enough that whenever you put it into place, just like this, I made it so you got to take your fingers at the bottom when you put it in and kind of put that top. This is reinforced. Now when you turn it upside down, it'll stay in that sleeve by itself without any retention straps or whatever. So it's not going to slide out easy going down the field, going through the field. So how do you make one of these? So how do we make one of these? All this is a rectangle of material, like we've already showed. On the end, right here, this is a piece of this nylon webbing I got at a local craft store. And I measured how much I needed to go all the way around, okay? And then I gave it just about a 1/4 inch more in length, okay? I then took the material, I laid it up there and I sewed it, just one run to the material out flat. Then I folded it. That's the reason it's folded over, see? So that was where I sewed it, and then I rolled it one time nice and snug, and then I sewed it along the bottom, and that traps it top and bottom. I did the same thing on the other end of the material. I measured how far I want it to sit on the side. Just like when we made those pouches, you remember where we put the zipper in the middle? We're not doing a zipper now. We're just simply going to roll over and make, just like we did before, a tube. You already been shown how to do this, and you can look back at the other two videos to see exactly how to do this. Roll it over and just make a tube out of it. Instead of having a pouch that's got a zipper up here, or a flat pouch that's got a zipper down the middle, that middle seam right there just been sewed closed and made a tube with reinforcements on either end. Then on the outside, you take a piece of this strapping material and you lay it out flat. You sew it up here at the top, put the D-ring on it, fold it over, sew it on the top right there, leave a gap, and sew again. That's all there is. Super simple sleeve. And with skills you've already learned to make the pouch, you can make something like this to carry your water bottle, your Grayl, or whatever. So, okay guys, here is the sleeve that we're going to replicate. Here's what you're going to need. You'll need a single D-ring to go up here at the top. You will need 2 pieces of stiff material. This is some old strapping from an old book bag that had, straps to like put a jacket on it or something that I cut up and reuse. It's fairly stiff, so you want something fairly stiff. These are 11 inches long each. You need a strip of material that's going to become the belt loop. This is 1 inch wide webbing. Okay, and the measurement of the belt loop is 21 inches. So this is going to become the belt loop, 21 inches. And then you need a piece of material of whatever cover you're going to be. And it's going to end up being 11 inches by 12 inches. But I've cut this a little bit large. So it's like 12 and a half, I believe, by 13. Because you'll see when we put it together, there's a reason we do it this way. So we've got extra to fold up to make finished seams. Now, as you will look here at the actual one we made, the seam is right in the middle on the inside, and it's a roll seam, so it doesn't have anything to fray. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that, and then this top belt loop is just simply sewed over the top. Now, we're going to be using the green one for this one. I used to use an extra piece of this. And on the ends, this thing that makes the end stiff is this material. So, how we're going to begin this is we're going to figure out which way is the actual long way, and that's this way. Okay? So turning it around like this, we're going to take one of the 11-inch straps, and we're going to start on one end and start tight to that end. Now notice I've cut it long. So see, there's extra material over here. That's the reason we're going to trim it when we finally get it sewed and ready to put it onto the Grayl itself to see the final thing and make the finished edge, okay? But for right now, what we're going to do, I want you to take it and line it up with that top edge, just like that, and you're going to sew this, just one good run right down the middle. Because what we're going to do is once it's sewed once, we're going to fold it over and then fold it over again, okay? And then we're going to sew this. This will take up space because it's 1 inch wide. That's the reason we cut it a little bit generous, so that whenever we slide it in and out, it will be nice and secure. If we do it just once, that edge is going to fray. So we want it to roll over twice. That's the reason this is a little bit long, okay? So let me go and sew this, and I'll be right back. In fact, I'm going to sew both ends, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, now we have sewed both ends. As I said, I simply laid that nylon in there, sewed it one time so it'd be together, and then very tightly rolled it so it'd be a flat collar. Okay, now we want to do a test fit where we take and lay the Grayl down. We want to run it from this band to the bottom, just like that. See, it does fit that way. And then roll this over, and it should have a good deal of overlap, just like that. That allows me to sew these edges right here together. What we're going to do, you're going to line it up there, and you're going to fold this over. Now what you want to do is put it on backwards. Remember, the finished edge will therefore be on the outside. Get any extra threads or whatever free, because you know they're going to get in your way. And you're going to pull over, and you're going to bring up, and you can feel the end of the nylon right there. And you're going to bring it up where it just touches the nylon on this end. This is now going to overlap, and we're going to double that in half again to do it. So to do that, I'm going to bring it up, and we're going to sew these two ends together right here at this junction where they come together. We're going to pinch them together just like that, and we're going to sew it. This will make a finished edge, and then this is going to be folded over. So we're going to sew this edge first, with these two ends touching, and then we'll fold this over and make the final lip. So doing this so that the pretty side is to the inside, we're going to fold over, touch the two ends of that nylon together, line up, and go down very narrowly right down that lip. Okay, I'll be right back. Now what I've done is I laid it out, and I just to hold the layers from sliding apart. Notice it's inside out, and I have sewed that line really close to the edge right there to make a finished seam. Now I'm going to remove my pins, and I'm going to gently turn it right side out and do a test fitting. Now when I say gently is I've not secured that end. That's going to be coming up in a minute. And notice that these ends are still split loose. That comes up at the, when I get it up here on top where I can line it up, see. You'll see this in just a moment. All right. Because see, now I've got material behind it that I can lay up there and then sew through here into this material that's I made extra on the inside, and therefore anchor these two ends together. Okay, so giving it a little tug. Let's see how it fits on there. Oh yeah, it goes in a lot easier that way. And then you're going to run your finger around that bottom edge and let it lock around. It will stretch a little once you get it done. Not much, but a little. You really want it a little snug when you start out, because that's the advantage of it, see. Once you, see now those edge lips over, and I can line it up and just sew it. Right there's the edge of my nylon that's on the inside, and here's the edge here. I can put just a little bit of space in it. See, not much, just a little bit, and be able to sew that up. Now, what's going to keep that edge from fraying? After I do it, I'm going to go back over it with this and sew this on, and that will become the strap. So, here's what we're going to do in this next step. We're going to take that extra material, we're going to pull it out flat like that, and we're going to lay this up there. And wherever it is it's supposed to be lining up at, we're going to put a mark. Don't worry, it's going to be covered up by the strap. We're going to lay it right there, and we're going to put a mark. Now I can sew it on my thing, or I could hand sew it. And then once I get these two ends sewed down, we'll go to the next step. Here's the last step. The last step is we will take the strap and we will burn the end of the strap with a lighter to make sure it's not going to fray out. I'm using this 1-inch military nylon webbing right here, OD color, just like that. Make sure both ends are burned. There. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay it up there over this seam and over these connections so it covers it up. And we're going to go up, sew up one side, come over, sew down the other side. So that's fully secured, okay? Then, with this long piece we got left, we will take the D-ring and just drop it on, like that. Fold this top over, come down here to where we want it at the bottom, fold that end under just a little, and you can do that with this if you want to. Fold over the end just a little, maybe a 1/2 inch, and sew it to make a nice smooth finished edge, okay? In fact, go ahead and sew that on the machine or on by hand, then lay it up there and sew it to this, sew it the full length of that seam. Once you get that done on both sides of that edge so it's fully secured, then you're going to drop on the D-ring, fold it over, fold it to wherever you want that D-ring at, and sew it straight through the material, leaving you a little wing like that, okay? And then we're going to jump, say, 3 or 4 inches down and sew the other end. All we're going to do is fold it back under and sew it. I'm going to use a machine, but you can do this by hand. And that will make a really secure sewn strap right there that'll hold it in place and give us a good anchor point. Okay, let me sew that. I'll be right back. Okay, so you can say Blackie can screw up too. As you can see, I curved. I lined it up and I started out good, and then as I got going, and it's like that hand crate machine, I let it slip off to one side. That's my fault. It will not affect the function, but it makes this side a little bit wavy, but we're okay. Now we're going to put on the D-ring at the top, be able to hook the straps to it. What we're going to do is we're going to leave about a thumb's width, and we're going to sew across right there to anchor it. And then we're going to sew a square up here at the top. Just go around in a square. And then once we get that done, we're going to jump to this end. We're going to fold this end under like we did on the top, and we're going to see wherever it lines up on the strap to make us a generous belt loop and sew it there, and that will be complete. So we put the D-ring on, we're going to put it up here, leave ourselves a little bit of a area, and we're going to sew across right here and do a square right here at the top. Then we'll go fold this end over, sew it. After this end is sewed, we'll pull it out straight, line it up, and then sew the bottom, and that will complete the project. Okay, let me do that right quick. Okay, and here is the end of the project. Here's my first one I did. And here's the one we've just created. As you can see, it's a nice, snug sleeve to carry it. So you have now a handle on it that you can use as a belt loop. I can carry it as a handle if I want to, or I could run a sash or a big belt or something through here to hold it. I have a loop here on the top now where I can clip a strap like you carry a canteen to it, be able to carry it on my side. I can still run the Haversack loop through there if I want to, or I can run the Haversack loop through here and be able to get to it. But it's just a more versatile way to carry it, and have a sleeve to carry it this way. Open on the bottom so I don't have to worry about draining. And I can put whatever material on here I want to customize it to me, and also make it a very handy, effective belt carrier. Now this is a snug. This one is, I messed up as I showed you, and I made this one a little too snug. You're going to probably have a little trial and fit until you work out your exact that you want. If you want one you can pull it in and out of easy, err on the side of caution and make it a little bit bigger. When you do the measurement around, add about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch to that measurement to give you plenty of space. I wanted a snug cover like that. Now my original one is a little looser and it slides in and out a little easier. But just, it's a basic design, works well. Super simple project. Easily done, easily made, something you can make in an easy weekend by hand sewing or by machine. A useful piece of kit to add to your gear. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.